What's up, y'all? I'm back out here at the range, as you can see behind me, on a cool sunny day. A little bit breezy out here, but I got everything weighed down, so we shouldn't have any trouble. I've got a handful of jelly tests on the agenda for today, and we're gonna start it out with some Magnum rounds. So of course we got our jelly contraption set up with the radar and 2 freshly melted blocks of gel. No testing at all done on these yet, so we'll get a real nice picture of what happens here. Also, as you can see, we're going with that heavy clothing barrier with a layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. So what we checking out for this one are a couple of 327 Magnum rounds. First up, I've got the Underwood here. This is the main reason for this test. I haven't tested these at all yet. I've got the 327 Magnum 95 grain Xtreme Defenders. Now they're saying 1,500 feet per second as far as velocity. We probably won't see that out of this short barrel, but be interesting to see how close we get. I'm sure everybody's familiar with these Xtreme Defenders. Fantastic, solid copper fluted type of rounds there. As you can see, wicked looking little round. Nice nickel plated case on that one. And then I figured I'd sling another round of this 327 Federal HST beside it, just so we could kind of compare them right beside each other. These are 104 grain. Now I have tested these already. Great performance out of these, no doubt about it. These, in my opinion, are the best 327 mag I've tested so far. So arguably, we're probably going to be looking at the best 2 choices for this 327 Magnum in a defensive type of tool. Now this one here, also nice nickel plated case with the HST projectile. Velocity on this is saying the same thing, 1,500, so heavier projectile, same velocity. So should be interesting. I can't remember how close these got or if they met that or not, but we'll find out. And then of course the tool I'm going to be running these out of is my little Taurus 327 Magnum with the 2-inch barrel. So this should be interesting, seeing both of these top tier rounds side by side in the gel. Let me get this stuff set up and let's see what they can do. All right, let's see how fast these things are running. I'm going to do a 5-round average from each one of them. We'll start with the HST first. Now, if y'all aren't familiar with this lab radar, you're going to get 5 readings on it plus the muzzle reading. So your big number is going to be your muzzle. The 5 additional ones are set for 3 yards, which is where the gel is here. Then you got 3, 10, 15, 25, and 50 is what the yardages on the bottom will be. So let's see how close this thing gets us to the 1,500. I could say I can't remember what it even was last time, but we'll find out here. That is a loud little thing. 1308. Let's try a double action here. 1362. 1336. A little low there. 1333. It's a snappy little thing too. And 1325, so that was all 5 of them. Definitely not the 1,500, but I didn't expect it out of this 2-inch revolver. Let's see what the average was. All right, so our 5-round average on this HST was 1,333 feet per second. We had a high of 1362 and a low of 1308, so pretty big extreme spread of 53 with the standard deviation at 19.4. That spread is probably just because of the tolerances on this revolver. I mean, it ain't the tightest thing. I can see a little bit of daylight even between the front of my cylinder and the forcing cone there, so probably just tolerances in this. I'll have to look back and see if that spread was like that the last time I tested it. But anyway, 1333 on this. Let me get it reset and let's check out that Underwood. All right, let's see what these XDs are moving now. Remember, the box is saying the same velocity, 1,500, but these are 95 grains, so 9 grains lighter. I expect these should be moving faster, but y'all know how that goes sometimes. Let's see what we get out of them. Curious to see what these feel like compared to those HSTs. These feel much lighter. 1273. 1269. That was 75 yards with this little thing. Yeah, these feel much lighter. 1261. 1294. And 1272, so all 5 there, not the 1,500 and not even what the HSTs were moving. Again, these definitely, I could feel the difference in the recoil, and even the report from these wasn't as loud as those HSTs, but let's see what that average was. All right, so that time our 5-round average was 1,274 feet per second. We had a 1294 high, a 1261 low, which gave us an extreme spread this time of 34 with a standard deviation of 12.5, so not quite as much extreme Xtreme spread, still that's high to come for what this ammo is anyway, top tier ammo. So like I said, I'm blaming the tool on that. Who knows, it could be either way. So 1274 average on this, and if you remember on them HSTs, it was 1333, so you're talking about 59 feet per second faster from the heavier HST. So already the HST's got the edge right there as far as power, not by a whole lot, but it's got the edge regardless. That being said, I expect good things from both of these in the gel. Let me get this stuff set up and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's top dog jelly time. We'll put one of each round into the gel, starting with this HST first. See what they do here. I expect good things. Like I say, I know last time they did well. I just don't remember exactly what they did, but let's find out again. I believe I went a little too high. I'm gonna have to run another one. All right, let's try that one more time. I don't know how I ended up way up there. I almost missed the block completely. It ain't been that long since I run this thing, and I thought I knew where my hole was on it, but let's go a little bit lower just to be safe. That's exactly where I wanted to go the first time. Let's make sure that stayed in. All right, y'all, that's looking fantastic down there. I don't have any doubt that this XD is gonna do pretty good, but I don't think it's got nothing for that HST. I think that HST is the king in this 327 Magnum so far. Let's see what the Underwood does for us. Hopefully I can keep this low enough. I don't know what's up with it. I had to hold a little bit lower than I normally would with this thing. All right, I hope I didn't go too low on that one. Let's go see what we got. All right, let's take a look at what we got down here. Fantastic performance from both of these. I didn't have any doubt they both were going to do really nice. So up on the top here, that's your HST. As you can see, immediate expansion. You can just tell, very nice disruption all the way through this block. It's got that really nice spiral looking disruption to it. Hits that second block and carries into that second block probably another 4 inches. And then you got a little bit of rebound. And from what I can tell, you got some pretty nice expansion on it. And then that Xtreme Defender down here on the bottom comes in here. Now there's no expansion because it's a solid fluted round, so you don't have to worry about clogging or anything. Nice disruption right there. If I was guessing, I would say that's where the thing tumbled at least once because it is sitting backwards. So disruption there probably from tumbling, keeps on causing that disruption all the way through this first block, basically goes into the second block, and this one probably went into the second block about 1 inch, and again it's sitting down here backwards. So as far as the penetration on them, this one here from the HST went to exactly 20 inches of the forward momentum, and then it rebounded back to about 18. So 20 inches on that HST. The Xtreme Defender is out here at 17.5 inches. So absolutely fantastic penetration from both of those. I think y'all had a pretty good picture, but here's a little bit closer view. That's that Xtreme Defender there on the bottom. As you can see, crosses into that first block. There's your projectile. And then from the back side here, there's your HST there on the top. As you can see, really nice disruption on that one. All the way through that first block, carries into the second block. And there you can see, it looks like some really nice expansion. All right, let's check out these projectiles, y'all. So obviously this one right here is your Xtreme Defender. This one right here is your HST. Absolutely perfect expansion from that HST. I mean, that's absolutely picture perfect. The pedals peel back, completely symmetrical. It pulled the lead back with it. That's a really, really nicely expanded projectile right there. And then of course the Xtreme Defender, what can you say here? There's no expansion, not supposed to be any expansion, no kind of deformation or anything, completely intact. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do. So let's get us a few measurements on them and see what we got there. As far as weight, I don't think we had any loss on anything. The HST started at 104 and it's at 103.8. So I would say nothing lost there. Your Xtreme Defender started at 95 and it is 95.1. .0, so obviously nothing lost on that one, or the HST, I would say. Now, as far as the size on them, we'll start with this HST here. You got 492, 502, and 500, so very, very nice symmetrical expansion on that one. And then as far as your Xtreme Defender here, obviously no expansion, so we'll just get the base on it. You got 308 and 309, and then as far as the length on it, you got 0.67. And there you have it, y'all. Two of what I would personally consider the best rounds that you can possibly get for 327 Magnum as far as defensive use anyway. Perfect performance from both of these. Absolutely fantastic penetration, great expansion from this, really just picture perfect expansion from this. The velocity wasn't what the box claimed, but this was from a 2-inch revolver, so I think both of these did a fantastic job. If I were to have to choose between one of these, if money were no object and availability were no object, I'd go with the HST, but if I could get one cheaper than the other or get one easier, I would pick whichever one I could get the cheapest and easiest, because both of these did a great job. All right, y'all, I'm gonna call it right there for this test of some fantastic 327 Magnum. Really no surprise here. Both of these rounds are known for giving you fantastic performance in pretty much any caliber. The penetration was there, expansion on that HST was perfect. The only thing lacking was the velocity numbers off of the box, but again, we're running it through a 2-inch Taurus revolver, so I didn't really expect to hit those numbers. So I think without a doubt, these are two of the best, if not the best, 2 rounds that you could possibly put in a 327 Mag snubby like this for personal defense. But let me know what y'all think about the performance from these 2 rounds. If you had to choose between one of these, which one would it be, and what would kind of steer your decision that way? If you have used either one of these, let me know down in the comments what you're running in, or if you do run 327 Mag, let me know down in the comments if you run a different round from these. If you did enjoy the video, reach down and hit that thumbs up button if you would, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you've got them notifications turned on so hopefully you don't miss anything when I upload it. Again, if you're doing some shopping, check out those affiliate links I got in the video description. I've got one now through the campsite thing for pretty much all the major places that most people would go through. Anything y'all buy from any of those links down there, I do get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel like y'all do. I've got a few more really interesting tests planned for out here today, so stay on the lookout for those. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.